With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. They'll start this in 2.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the
to his right. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Go, Reed, go!
And they'll start on the ground with Charbonnet. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Come on, come on. Hey.
On first and 10, it's Charbonnet. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10. The Seahawks at 12-2 now on the year. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
That's complete to DK Metcalf. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 28. A good pick up there, 20 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The delay of game backs him up 5, first and 15.
Go 80. Hurt. 19 tight. Drag him 60.
He'll look to throw. That is incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion.
That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere.
Ready.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. You talk about this Rams defense. This crew against the pass, issues at times. Ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but if they have any hopes of making waves in January, they've got to improve in this area.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He stiff arms it. It's complete to Lockett. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 18. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They're going to look to throw. He'll give that to Charbonnet. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion. And
left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. Jackson Smith-Njigba. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Seahawks take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise, too.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. You talk about this Seahawks defense. They enter this one 18th in the NFL in stopping the run.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out. Being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And he will take this one home. touchdown. Still in the first quarter, but what a great start for them. I mean, they've controlled the airways, Charles, on both sides. They had the passing touchdown. Then they intercept the pass of the other squad and take it back for another score.
Brandon, I know we have a ton of time left, but what an early backbreaker they just delivered. They're up early, and they appear to be totally dialed in. And that offense, they're forced to run right back out. Still shaking up a bit, but feeling the pressure to put something on the scoreboard. They've got to be careful here.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Up the middle they go. Merritt, and he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. These two teams, remember, met in Inglewood earlier in the year with the Rams coming out on top. So a win here in Seattle, tough as that may be, would give them the season sweep.
Defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked by Julian Love.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And from the gun, here's a handoff to Charbonnet. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Here we go.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Got it. Ready? Ready.
Charbonnet will take this into the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown. Well, I don't think that they're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that, because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league. But this one feels pretty darn secure, and here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Pass complete there to Nakua. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Here we go. Check.
Here's 2nd and 10.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Check. Panther.
And now a handoff to Charbonnet. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Ready.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Cougar 19.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short. Blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Panther 60. Panther 60. Ready.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
On the jump.
Now a 2nd and 10.
60 Bison. 60 Bison. 70 Timberwolves.
They'll set up a throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Rams are going to get the football back at their own 17. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going up top for Kupp. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. A big play there for LA. And even 40 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Narrow. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. He'll drop to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down. Narrow. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Uchenna in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
60 Bobcat! 60 Bobcat! Trap 60!
They'll look to throw here. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Derek Hall, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Evans out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. 2nd and 6. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back to the 24. Uchenna. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Back to throw. Quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And Lutz missed it to the right. No good. And this will stay a 3-touchdown game. That's so frustrating for an offense, especially on the road. You put together a great drive, but in the end, you come away with nothing.
And it kind of silenced the crowd a little, too. But few things wake them up quite like a missed field goal.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. To the right side, incomplete to Metcalf. And out across midfield, down to the 45. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. Myers' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll begin here with a run with Charbonnet. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll set up to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Here's a diving catch right side. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
I know that rookie quarterbacks have to earn veteran receivers' trust. Maybe we saw that on that play with that type of effort, huh?
Yeah, helping out the rook with a heck of a catch. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they've run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
They go play action here on first down. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Back to throw again. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there. 47 yards. And the Seahawks have opened the lead up to 30. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
2nd and 10.
Back to throw here. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Rams first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now.
They'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone. He's hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Julian Love picks it, and the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Let's go now.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that.
There he goes, left side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official.
Here we go. Start. Big Lion.
On the option, it's Charbonnet.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22. And a nice run to get him past the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 now.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Mustang 19.
They're going to look to throw. We'll get that to Charbonnet. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
Come on, come on. Hey. Check smash, check smash.
And they'll run it here. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
On 3rd down, Merritt. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
First down, Los Angeles.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
From the 5, here's 2nd and 2.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Here we go, here we go.
And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Toward the pylon, caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. He'll try again, but he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Now the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Tariq Woolen picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Myers connects on the PAT, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Escapes the defender. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they move the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Trey Brown. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And that's one of the few things that has not gone right for this offense so far. They've had their share of big plays. That was nearly another. But somehow, he just couldn't squeeze it.
Rig alert! Rig alert!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Jackson Smith-Njigba. His 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Seahawks look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get...
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Rams. Cooper Kupp, 75 yards. And the Rams are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Will Lutz on for the point after. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
And that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The offense on 3rd down, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. They'll try and run for him. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll look to throw here. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now a play fake here on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's taken down inside the 30. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down. He'll drop to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us? Hey.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is down to 24. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
Let's go.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Catch is made by Metcalf. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. They'll look to throw now on first down. Flushed out right. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
They'll look to throw here on first down. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Here we go.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
Now back to throw. That's caught at the 1. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Come my king. Come my king.
2nd and 1. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Here we go.
I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. The extra point now coming from Myers. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off season. But on game day,